My husband asked before I started filming, but after I'd put my makeup on for the video, he was like, going for some witchy vibes, and I was like, I'm never not. Don't read and drive, folks. Hi, I'm Sarah. I have ADHD, and I'm here to talk to you about reading. And also goal setting. So, if you don't know, Goodreads is an app where it's a book review, social media. It's an app about books. Each year you can set a goal for yourself. You can set a yearly goal of how many books you want to read. And it's called the Goodreads Challenge. I have never met the number of books that I've set for myself as a yearly goal any year I've participated in the Goodreads Challenge.
Which I think I have done at least 4 or 5 years.
This year. It is only October 22nd, and I have completed my goal of 20 books. There are not 20 books in this stack. A lot of them were library books that have since been returned. When I was a kid, my parents had to make a rule that I was not allowed to bring books to the dinner table. And this is because I would read throughout dinner, whether it be at home or at a restaurant, and totally ignore them. Who remembers AR? I went to every pizza party for AR points that you could go to, and it was part of my identity. I was a reader. I became a high school English teacher. But the older I got, the less I was reading and the less I do read. I really wanted to pick reading for pleasure back up, but with my ADHD symptoms, it was very difficult. I couldn't hyper-focus on a book anymore. I could only pay attention for a page or two at a time, and then I would lose interest, or something else that interested me more would catch my interest and I would put it away. That is my cat on her scratching post right now. I wish that I was able to do more reading, and I decided to this year. Thankfully, question mark, we are living in 2020, and I have been working from home since March, and I've had a lot more downtime because I can't go play pinball anymore. And I've been finding ways to work reading into my schedule. I used to kind of think that if I wanted to read, I needed hours of free time to do it because I would want to spend hours doing it. But now I realize that I have to work it in when I have time and when I can find time, even if that's just for a few minutes on, you know, a car ride to the store.
Obviously not when I'm driving.
I have learned that I cannot listen to audiobooks. I know some people with ADHD actually find that's the way that they can read more, is listening to audiobooks, and that is awesome.
But I cannot do it because I will put it on and I will realize at some point that 5 minutes have passed and I've been thinking that I was listening, but then all of a sudden I'm tapped back into it and I'm like, well, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know what was just said in these past 5 minutes. So audiobooks are an out for me.
However, like I said, I do know some people who actually are more successful with audiobooks. So maybe try that. I know Amazon is the literal devil, but I do have a Kindle Paperwhite.
And one thing is it always advertises really like trashy romance novels as the kind of like sleep screen when you wake up it's an ad. I think you can pay to not have ads or something, but I don't because Jeff Bezos gets enough more money as it is. And so when I open the cover, I always get an interesting glimpse into what they're trying to sell me. And this is a hot Navy SEAL, an irresistible thrill seeker, and an adorable canine.
The Kindle has been very helpful for me because I've been able to get library books on my Kindle, and it is waterproof.
So I can read in the bath without fear of ruining my expensive electronic devices.
My husband and I have also set up a routine where we read to each other before bed most nights. And even though that means we move through books fairly slowly, it does mean that there's a pretty high chance I'll get in at least some reading or some listening to reading at least once during the day. I also have given up picking up books because I feel like I need to.
I will tell you, I love young adult fiction. And I still am kind of ashamed to say that sometimes and in certain crowds because young adult fiction gets a bad rap.
But guess what? I love it. It's also a quick read.
So I'm not forcing myself to read things that I'm not truly interested in because I think that I should, or I want to give off some sort of vibe, if you will.
Give off some sort of vibe, if you will. Give off some sort of vibe, if you will.
Let's hyper focus on our hobbies this year, y'all. Bye.